The Fargo 5, I'm Conrad Fargo. We are moving into the Fargo Fresh. We have Peter Schott from International Potluck. Is that, I didn't print out your name, and now I'm like really nervous.
No, you got it right, yeah.
There's this energy, this live energy.
But can you spell it, though?
Yeah, so because I'm actually literally picturing it on Facebook,
Yeah.
so it's SCHOTT.
You got it.
Right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, because I have a visual memory.
Yeah.
And so if I'm friends with you on Facebook,
Yeah.
then I can remember your name and how to spell it.
Right.
But if I'm not, I'm never going to remember you. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone because I haven't seen it written down.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally just have the memory.
Yeah.
It's strange how that works. But then on top of it, I have incredible anxiety about remembering people's names, which is really terrible, like in real estate.
Yeah.
Because like you're doing like these huge deals with people, right? And it's like, what is their kid's name? Oh my God, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like file not found.
Yep.
It's not personal. Like my mind just doesn't.
There's a lot happening there.
Well,
Yeah.
my mind doesn't store details.
Yeah.
You know, like it just. Are you maybe the same way?
Well, my mind has details, but they're under some random pile under a rug somewhere, and then they'll just come flying out whenever, and it'll just be the oddest thing. And sometimes it works with the timing, and sometimes it doesn't.
Or maybe it's like hours later.
Yeah. Like, that was it.
No, for me, everything's rules and relationships, right? Like I can remember if I could derive your name from like some formula that involves the distance between your eyes and the length of your nose, and therefore your name must be Peter.
Makes
right?
perfect sense to you. That's all that matters. Yeah.
But doesn't work that way. It's arbitrary. So anyhow, we are moving into the Fargo Fresh. And so what is the Fargo Fresh? Well, this is where we explore the latest topics from the YouTube algorithm and just kind of learn what's new in your world. So in the world of international potlucks, what's new? What's upcoming and exciting? What's the new developments? Is there anything, or is it just kind of been the same and you guys have perfected your secret sauce and now you're super dependable and we know exactly what to expect? Like, which would you say?
Well, I would say we're dependable. We've been doing the events for 8 years, and we've got 55 events under our books. Yeah.
Is that right? 50? Wow.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it the other day when I counted it out. It surprised me too.
What kind of records do you have of these events? I mean, obviously the photos must all be, if you wanted to look back and kind of get a picture of everything that you've done.
I spent a whole day on a Saturday about a month ago kind of going through this. I went through every photo that I had of the events, every photo. So people have posted events on our Facebook page from the different events, and then I had my own pictures. And so like I literally went through all the events that I had on Facebook because they're all in the same spot. And then I would look back on my phone for pictures from that day and time to kind of like put those up on there. Well, we have our MailChimp from our newsletters that we've sent out and those types of things. And so it was kind of fun to kind of go through that story and kind of tell how it developed and look back at things. And then also with that to look back at, oh, that's where I met this person for the first time, or that's how this friendship or this relationship kind of came together. It was from that right there. And it was really interesting to look back at that.
It's beautiful, the archiving that gets done just by having our phones with us all the time. Yeah. It is crazy, and with as technology moves forward, sometimes I wonder, like with the advent of AI, are they ever going to be able to just like take all of that and what beautiful, meaningful? They'll just take all of that and dump some kind of interesting summary for you, right?
Yep.
That'll be really cool when that happens. So we're on YouTube. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. The button and all that. You just type in Conrad Fargo, you'll find it on the YouTubes there. I'm a content creator. We're creating it right now. They give me access to their back-end tools, and what I can see is data related to what people are searching for. So what I like to do is just type in something about the guest to see, is there anything, because they have content gaps. So if we could fill in the content gap, then YouTube, we're going to show up in YouTube search. You see, I'm trying to kind of hack the system there. Maybe you see how my mind is working there. Not always do we have a gap. So some guests, it's like, nope, there's plenty of stuff for that. There's nobody looking for it. But when I typed in the word international, it was a treasure trove. 7 high frequency gap items. We don't normally get that many items. So that's
I'm
really
intrigued.
good. Yeah, they may not all have anything to do with anything you know anything about. But here we go. We've got PBC International.
Okay.
Watertown International Airport. This is interesting. not 24, not 23, 22, 21, but the 2019 International Practice Exam, HOSA International Executive Council, AMWF International, Cars Los Angeles International Speedway, and now you got to help me with this. And with international whatever, you may Kummipea, Kummipea.
I have no idea what that is.
International. Do you know what any of these things are?
I don't know what any of those things are.
Nobody does. That's why they're content gaps, you see. But but people are typing in, and that was just the highs. There's mediums as well. There's like several pages of medium content gaps. So people are typing in, looking for international stuff all the time, part of our global world. That's really neat. So that's must be part of your success. But I think what's also helping you is that the word potluck has no gaps.
There we go.
Right? So, which means there's already lots of content for potluck because there's no gaps.
Oh, I see.
There's already lots of potluck material out there. Yeah. So, but that means is there's a base.
We're getting lost in the casserole.
But no, but you're not. But international is so exciting. So you've taken something that's common and elevated it with something. And I think you have struck marketing gold, sir.
All right.
I think that's what the success is all coming from.
Nice.
And that's a beautiful thing. So all those seven high items, not a single one of those. I guess I wonder what the AMWF is.
Yeah, and what was that word that started with the K?
Kummipea. Now there's
you got to give me that one.
Later
and see what that's all about.
I'm going to add to the search traffic because I'm going to be Googling it and trying to.
We both will be
trying to figure out what it exactly
trending.
So sometimes I did mention before that I am a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties. I'm bound to say the whole thing every time I mention it. Moorhead typically has about a third less the listings as West Fargo. So I've been tracking it since August of 2021. And, they go up in the spring, they go down in the fall, up, down, seasonality, interest rates, yada, yada, yada. I could talk at length about it. But usually, West Fargo is about 50% more than Moorhead. In the last month here, Moorhead has caught right up with West Fargo. So they're both at about 120 listings for sale right now.
So Moorhead has increased, and to West Fargo, has West Fargo decreased to get down to that, or how did
that's very clever. That is very, very clever. And I don't know that most people would think that it could be either way. So because with seasonality, so here's the thing: West Fargo hasn't increased, but you would think that it should have. Because it's spring, right? And I think just new construction, I think, is getting pretty hard out there with interest rates being high, material costs being high. People simply can't afford as much. Demand across the board is down, just because the volume. There's still people who want to buy houses, and they are viciously looking for them because and this is the thing about housing, and housing is crazy, in that almost every seller is also a buyer.
Yeah, right.
And so you have this kind of a finger trap, kind of a pull and push against it at the same time situation where when demand goes down because interest rates are high and people, find buying less attractive.
Right. Yeah.
Well, then they don't list their house. So then there's nothing to buy.
Right.
So demand goes down, it's true, but so does supply.
Yeah.
So the price stays the same. In fact, the prices are very high year over year.
Right.
So overall, the market is complex. It's interesting. I can go on at length about it. I love
property taxes changed with that. Is that affected
it at all? That's a really good question. I mean, they are definitely different between.
Because they've gone up in North Dakota.
They sure have. But also income taxes, regulations, all of these things make a big difference.
Right.
And so is a lack of listings. So here's the question. And again, it's not clear. So I think if you were to talk to most other realtors, and I'm not trying to throw shade here though.
Yeah.
I think it's common. I think it's a human thing to say, well, gosh, this is my field of expertise. I should have an answer for everything.
Yeah.
Right. I have a lot of answers. I know a lot. I mean, a lot about real estate and the market and economics and the Federal Reserve. I tie everything back to them. I know a lot. This one's a mystery. And I'm not afraid to say that. So because what does a lot of listings mean? Does it mean it's a good economic climate or a bad economic climate? Are people listing because they want to get out of Moorhead, right? Or are they not listing because there's just not enough economic activity in West Fargo?
Yeah.
Like, which one of those two things is happening? I don't know. I don't know, but it's interesting. Real estate is interesting.
It is.
I could talk about it all day.
Especially with rentals and stuff, too, looking at the rental market and how that affects it.
Well, and Moorhead's rental market is going to be less of a thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you have investors, and this is a good market for investors. So when interest rates are high, that makes cash the king. When interest rates are low, any joker can borrow. But when interest rates are high, borrowing really hurts. But if you got cash on hand, you just sweep in as a cash buyer, you get a lot of power there, right? And so, gosh, God, I love real estate. I'm trying not to black out. I've been known to black out. Okay, I think we should pivot into our next segment.
All right, sounds good.
Fargo frequently asked question. Did I black out there? I don't know. We'll see.
It's 12:30 now.
Yep. It's been known to happen. Just type in Conrad Federal Reserve on YouTube, and you'll just and you'll see my guess. I think you've done a pretty good job of keeping it in the air. You'll see my guest just kind of go, yeah, man, because I can go on. All right, let's get to our intermission, and when we come back, frequently asked questions. So don't go nowhere.